treadmill, I guess. So I just wanted to give a little bit of context about why I'm doing this challenge. Welcome back. My name is Michaela, and this week is going to be our first week of 75 Hard. So today is actually day 2, so if you want to go see day 1, that's in my previous video. Yesterday when I was on day 1, it went pretty smoothly apart from drinking my gallon of water. I think the only reason it was difficult though is because I woke up super late. And so I literally had less hours in the day to drink the water. But I did wake up at a normal time today. I've already done my first workout of the day, which was an outdoor workout. I just did yoga on my balcony. I'm not sure yet what I'll do for my second workout later today. I might do a treadmill walk because I just washed my hair yesterday. Speaking of which, to my girlies, what are we doing about washing our hair during 75 hard, okay? Because I've always been under the impression that you should not wash your hair every day. Like, it's not good for your hair and it'll strip it if it's natural oils or whatever. But if I'm doing 2 45-minute workouts every single day and it's literally July, like, I'm gonna be sweating, so what are we doing? What are we doing? I need to know. I'm trying to just do less strenuous workouts today since I did wash my hair yesterday, but that's all I know to do right now. Like, just try not to sweat. And hopefully that means I won't have to wash my hair as much. So I guess like I'm trying to do my hard workouts the day before or like the day of a hair wash. And then I'll try to be less strenuous right after washing my hair. That's all I know to do right now. But yeah, I did have some grapes for breakfast earlier, but it for sure was not enough. So I'm going to go to the kitchen and find something else for me to eat because I'm so hungry right now. And I'll probably drink some more water too. So let's go. It's a few hours later now, and I have taken my progress picture. I have read 10 pages of nonfiction, and I finished my first bottle of water. So my water bottle is a half-gallon size, so I only need to drink 2 of them a day to achieve the full gallon. And I've already finished my first one. It's 1:46 p.m., so I'm looking better off on the waterfront today than I was yesterday. And I'm about to go walk on the treadmill for my second 45-minute workout of the day, but I'm slightly worried because my legs are like so dead and sore from doing leg day at the gym yesterday. So I'm probably just gonna walk really slowly, honestly, but still for 45 minutes and then just pray that I can get through it without falling apart. So let's go get on the treadmill, I guess. So I made it back from my morning walk. That is my first workout of the day and also my outdoor workout. But anyway, when I made it back, my food delivery box was at the door. I don't normally use food delivery services because I feel like all of them are too expensive. But if you're getting one for the first time, they usually have really good deals that are affordable. So I'll try them for that period of time. And then when it goes back up to the normal price, I quit it. But randomly, like a week before I started 75 Hard, the delivery service I used to use, which is HelloFresh, sent me in the mail a coupon code to use to renew their subscription. And the deal was really good, so I am going to have a food delivery service for at least the first part of 75 Hard until it goes back to the regular price, which in my opinion is too expensive. But anyway, let's go ahead and unbox this together. So I can't even remember if I've talked about what diet I'm doing in this video specifically, but I'm trying to eat clean-ish. So clean to me is fresh fruits and veggies, whole wheat bread and pasta, whole wheat tortillas. But also, if I want something specific, like let's just say tacos for instance, then I'll try to make sure all the ingredients are as clean as I can get them. Okay, so even if they're not 100% clean, as long as I'm getting the cleanest version of the ingredients, I'm good with that. So in the case of tacos, you know, ideally whole wheat tortillas, really lean meat, fresh veggies on top. So I think the cleanest cheeses are soft cheeses like Gouda and feta. So having those cheeses on the taco, things like that. But anyway, that's what I'm trying to do. So let's see what food I picked out. I got sweet Thai chili pork lettuce wraps. So I think I got this because it's lettuce instead of tortilla or bread, and it's got fresh veggies on it. I'm not sure yet if I will use the sauce that they sent me. I'll have to look at the nutrition facts before I decide. Also got Southwest shrimp tacos. Again, with this, I feel like it'll be mostly good. I might not use the sauce that they sent me. And lastly, chicken and spinach couscous salad. I'm a huge fan of couscous. These meals seemed mostly healthy-ish, so I am going to try those out, at least while my HelloFresh deal is good, but once the deal runs out, I'm probably not going to be spending the money on that anymore. And I also always keep these recipe cards so that if I want to have something again, or if I just need inspiration for a meal, I can just flip through these. So yeah, those are my meals. I'm gonna go ahead and make some breakfast for myself. It's 10:01. I got up at like 8:30, 8:45-ish, and then I did my morning walk outside. So I already have workout number 1 done, and I already have an outdoor workout done. Ooh, I'm gonna start drinking my water too. Whoa, it's so cold. All right, let's make breakfast. Still day 3 of 75 hard. It's about 5 p.m. right now. I'm almost done with my gallon of water for the day, and I haven't even eaten dinner yet, so I'll probably surpass the gallon today. And I just got back in from my second workout of the day, which was, like yesterday, a treadmill walk. I tried to walk a little bit faster today because yesterday my legs were so sore. I could literally only walk 2.2 miles per hour, which is a pretty slow pace. Today I walked 2.7 miles per hour, which is like barely faster, but still slightly faster. And I also walked an hour today instead of 45 minutes because I was playing my Switch while I was on the treadmill. So I had to finish my game before I stopped walking. But yeah, I'm probably gonna make one of my HelloFresh meals for dinner, and then I still need to take my progress picture and read, and that'll be a completed day 3 of 75 hard.
Our body, holding our arm. Hold. Good. Grab your wrist, stretching to the other side.
So it just randomly started pouring down rain, which was not in the forecast, by the way. But I had been planning on doing workout number 2 as my outdoor workout. So I thought I was gonna have to go out in the rain, that pouring rain, to do workout number 2 of the day, but luckily the rain just stopped. My plan, I don't know if this is gonna work, but my apartment complex has a swimming pool, and I was gonna see if I could swim for my second workout of the day, but I just don't know if I can swim for 45 minutes straight. I've never tried to do anything like that before. Part of me is very much doubting that it is possible for me to swim for 45 minutes. I mean, I can like stop and take a breather and everything, but for 45 minutes to be mostly just swimming, I'm not exactly sure how much energy and effort that's going to take, but I feel like it's going to be a lot. But yeah, that's the plan, so let's go to the pool. I actually swam for 49 minutes before I even like checked the time. Right, because I was swimming and I don't have a waterproof watch or anything, so I couldn't really be checking the time, but I was trying to swim as long as I could before checking the time. And once I was sure that I had swam for at least 30 minutes and I still had enough energy to do more if I needed to, that's when I checked the time and it had been 49 minutes. So yay me. Turns out that was weird. So turns out I can swim for at least 45 minutes. So I do think swimming is going to be another workout that I keep doing throughout this challenge, especially since it's July still right now and it's going to be hot for a lot longer. Gonna try to capitalize on the swimming, I think. All right, I'm gonna make myself some dinner and I still need to finish my water. I've already done my reading today and taken my progress picture, so day 4, pretty good. So I just wanted to give a little bit of context about why I'm doing this challenge and how I think the challenge is gonna go. I probably should have done this at the beginning of the video, but I am still very new to vlogging and let's just say there's lots of room for improvement, but I will get better though. Also, it's literally 92 degrees, so if you see me sweating profusely, just ignore it. We're pretending that's not happening. So as far as context for why I'm doing the challenge, I think a lot of people do 75 hard because they either want to lose weight or they want to get in really good physical condition, like they want to get in good shape. And I totally see why people choose this challenge to achieve those goals, but that is not my aim in doing this challenge. The creator of this challenge calls it a mental toughness challenge, and I think that's more of what I'm going for. I think I really just want to give myself a true challenge, like really push myself to do something difficult and, you know, improve my discipline. But another big reason why I wanted to do it is because I've always looked at the 75 hard challenge as something that athletic people do or fit people do or sporty people do, and I'm not any of those things. Like I was not the type to play sports in high school. I was in the marching band in high school, so that should give you context enough. But I'm more of like the creative type. I really love reading and writing. I'm musical, so I'm more like in that category of person rather than the athletic sporty type of person. And I always thought that I couldn't do something like this because I'm just not that type of person. So a huge reason why I'm doing this challenge is just to prove to myself that it is possible for someone like me with my personality and my hobbies and interests. It is possible for me to do 75 hard. I'm also slightly hoping that there's another like creative, artsy type girl out there who used to think the way I did, like, oh, I can't do that challenge, it's too much for me, like I can't work out twice a day or whatever it is. I kind of just hope that someone out there sees this, and I mean, you don't even have to do the challenge, but just to like change your mindset that you could do this challenge if you wanted to, even if you're not athletic, even if you're not sporty. This challenge can be done by you. It can. So hopefully I can change at least one person's mindset about that, and if so, that would make me feel really, really good. But yeah, that's sort of the reason why I'm doing the challenge. And then I also wanted to give some context about some habits I already have in my life that I think will either help me or maybe even hurt me during this challenge, just so that you sort of know where I'm at the start of this challenge. So like I just said, I'm not the athletic type or anything. I have never had a gym membership before. I have ran 3 races in my adult life. I do not like running. I do not like high intensity physical activity, but I have done 3 races in my adult life. I did 2 5Ks. I was not able to run the whole thing in either race. I ran some and walked some, and then I also did a 10K. I'm wearing the shirt from my 10K right now. This 10K was honestly embarrassing. I think it almost killed me. So I'm not a runner. One good thing about working out though is that I already do yoga. I typically do it every morning, at least every weekday morning. Sometimes I don't on the weekends, but I only do it for like 15 to 25 minutes in the morning. That obviously doesn't complete the full 45 minutes, but I do already have that habit going for me, even if it's a short time period. And then I also already like to go on walks. I prefer to go on outdoor walks rather than a treadmill walk, but I will do either one. But yeah, as far as exercising, those are the 2 things that I already like to do and prefer to do, and I do them relatively regularly. I've also never had a gym membership in my life. My boyfriend does have a gym membership, and with the membership he has, he gets to bring someone for free anytime he goes to the gym. So anytime I want to go, I try to match it up with his schedule so that we can go together and I can get in for free. I do think at some point in this challenge I am going to get a gym membership, because at some point I'm going to want to go at a time that he's not available, so it's going to be more useful for me to have my own membership. But yeah, I'm not a gym goer. I've never been a gym goer. I've been maybe like 5 or 6 times this summer, sporadically and inconsistently, but I don't really know how to use a lot of the equipment or to do certain exercises the right way without hurting myself. So it's really useful for me to have him, because he does know all of those things and he can sort of tell me what to do, and if I'm ever doing something wrong, he can correct me like right in the moment so that I don't learn anything the wrong way. So that is a really big help. Speaking of a really big help, I have 3 people doing this challenge with me, and I think that's important contextual information for you to have, because I do think that's going to make it easier for me to do this challenge and complete this challenge. But my boyfriend's doing it with me. I have a friend that's doing it with me, and then I also have a long distance friend. She doesn't live here in the same city as me, so we can only be accountability for each other over the phone, like through text and stuff. So I think that's going to be a really big help. I also want to talk about some resources that I have at my disposal that are probably going to make this challenge a little bit easier for me, or like give me more opportunities than maybe the average person. I live in an apartment complex, and it does have a fitness center. It's not very big. I wouldn't even call it a gym, but it does have 2 treadmills, and it has maybe like 3 or 4 pieces of other gym equipment. My apartment complex also has a swimming pool, so that is another really useful thing that I'll probably use throughout the challenge as far as physical activity goes. My apartment also has a balcony, which is technically outside, so when I'm doing outdoor workouts, I can use that. I have that at my disposal, which is a really big help. Even though I live in an apartment complex, it's in sort of like a residential area, so in some ways it's easy to walk. I mean, there are no sidewalks, which would make it super easy to walk around outside, but it is residential, so there's not like too much car traffic going through that area. So I will be able to go on walks basically right outside my door, which is really useful. And if I ever want to walk on like an actual trail for walking, I'm about a 5 to 7 minute drive from a park. So those are sort of some really useful resources that I have at my disposal. As far as water, so I already had this water bottle before I even did this challenge. This is the one that I keep at work. This is a half gallon, so 2 of these a day would get me to the goal of a gallon. And I'd say before this challenge, I would drink maybe 1 or 1.5 of these a day. So I was not far off from drinking a gallon like already in my normal life, so that's a really big help. And I'm also already a big water drinker. Like when I go eat at restaurants or eating meals at home, I'm typically drinking water, so that does make it easier on me than other people perhaps. As far as reading, I'm already a really big reader, so the reading part is not hard for me. I mean, typically like 8 or 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna be reading some sort of fiction book or literary fiction or rom-com or fantasy even. I'm typically not reading nonfiction, but I have read nonfiction on purpose before. Like I have opted to read nonfiction books before, so I'm not anticipating the reading part to be difficult for me either. Now, the harder parts, apart from the working out, which we've established I don't typically do. So something that I do think is going to be really hard for me is the dieting portion. I'm pretty against dieting actually. Maybe not for everybody, but at least for myself, I think dieting is like a really slippery slope to having a negative opinion about your body or a negative self-image, or it can even be detrimental to your mental health. So typically I'm very against dieting, but that is one of the rules. I'm trying to eat clean-ish as much as possible. Something that's really hard about that is that I feel like I have to make a lot of meals for myself at home, and I don't usually do that. I'm not someone who cooks at home regularly or often, so I think that's gonna be a really, really difficult part of the challenge for me. And already, like at this point in the challenge, what am I on day 6? Already, I'm overwhelmed by the amount of dishes I'm having to do because I'm cooking at home so much and cooking for basically every meal. So that's definitely something that's gonna take some getting used to. Now I do cook sometimes, like I cook at least once or twice a week typically, but that is probably the extent of it. And when I do cook, I make a huge helping of whatever it is I'm cooking so that I can eat leftovers throughout the week. So I'm anticipating that following a diet that sort of requires me to cook at home a lot is going to be a really big struggle and challenge for me, but we've been doing it so far, 6 days in, so hopefully we can keep it up. The no alcohol thing isn't going to be hard for me. I just need to remember that I'm not supposed to be drinking alcohol, but I don't really drink that often, so that's not a big deal. And then the progress picture, I kind of feel about the progress picture the way I do about dieting. Like, it's just a slippery slope into a negative self-image or hurting your self-esteem. But the whole idea of a progress picture is like, you take a picture and this is supposed to be your before. So the body that you're in your before picture is like not a good body, or not a body that you want, or not a body that you appreciate, and I'm fundamentally against that. But again, that is one of the rules of the challenge, so I am taking the progress picture. Another thing about the progress picture is it honestly isn't even that useful depending on what your goal for the challenge is. For instance, if you are trying to lose weight, if that's the whole main reason you're doing the challenge, then a progress picture is useful for you because you're actively trying to change your body, and it might motivate you or inspire you to see the transformation that you're making over time. Progress pictures align really well with that goal. But with my goal, where I'm literally just trying to give myself a challenge, push myself mentally and physically, and prove to myself that I can do it, I mean, the progress picture doesn't necessarily align with my main goal. You know what I mean? So if you too are considering doing this challenge for similar reasons to me, rather than like losing weight or increasing your physical fitness or something, then I mean, if the progress picture doesn't align with you, like, don't do it. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Also, if you feel in any way like you do want to do this challenge, but you are feeling a lot of tension or pushback about one of the rules, literally just change it. Like, alter it to fit you and to fit your lifestyle. And if you're worried about people being like, well, if you change any of the rules, it's not really 75 hard. So what? So what if they say that? And also, so what if you're not fully doing 75 hard? I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, you're doing this challenge for you anyway. You're not doing this challenge for them. So it doesn't really matter what they think, and their opinion doesn't matter. But yeah, that's a little bit of context about my life and my current habits already. Can you hear that bug? So hopefully that gives you a little bit more background information about how ready I am and how prepared I am going into this challenge. Obviously it is still week 1 for me, so I'm still getting used to the rules and implementing these habits into my daily schedule, but this is where we are so far. Vibes are relatively high at this point, and they should be at the beginning of the challenge. When we get to the hard part, that's when like the actual mental challenge begins. If you get anything from this video, I really just hope you get that if you want to do 75 hard, you can. It doesn't matter what type of person you are, it doesn't matter what personality you have or what your interests are, or if you've never gone to the gym before, it literally doesn't matter. I'm not saying you have to do the challenge, I just want you to know that you can. If you want to do the challenge, you can do the challenge. For real, pinky promise, you can do it. All right, I'm gonna go on a walk now. That's the whole reason I'm here in the park anyway, doing my second workout of the day and my outdoor workout. Almost done with today's water as well. Let's go!